7 means that which is so clearly stated or distinctly set forth that there is no doubt as to its meaning. Okay? Now that is the reservation I want you to claim. I want you to screw around. I want you to use your head for something other than a hat rack. Because I'm telling you,
just do it too.
Just do it. Yeah, just do it. Yeah, you don't tell them nothing. You sign it and you walk out. When they ask you what that is, just say that's something I put down on my signature every time so I know it's me. Okay? You're not. You didn't learn all this stuff overnight, and you're not going to give somebody these classes overnight. Believe me. If you think you're going to teach somebody this stuff all night, you're dreaming. It takes a long time of serious study to get to the level of where you're at. And you're not going to deliver that to anybody overnight. So my sincere advice is don't try and do it, because it ain't going to happen in your lifetime. Just sign it, do what you're supposed to do. If people want to listen, then you let them listen. If they don't want to listen, then you say, oh well, I knew that. Okay? Now, let's go on here, because I got a bunch of stuff to cover, and we're running out of time. Alright, what do we got here? Alright, we want to cover the militia. There's a lot of people you're hearing talking about the militia. I want to get the Bretton Woods Agreement Act, too. If we can. Let me see here. I know we had it. Oh, Lord. This is the hard part, keeping track of everything. Okay. Alright, we will find it. I promise you that. Alright, what we want to do, we want to show off some of these things. Under executive order of the President, all persons required to deliver on or before May 1st, 1933. Try and blow that up. That's a good one. That's all your gold and silver. I want to make sure we get into all kind of arguments here real quickly.
Should we have some gold and silver?
By law?
Should we have some?
Yes, yes. I think you should set aside some serious money to put in. I think people shouldn't have everything in gold and silver, though. I think you should have. I think you should buy toilet paper, and I think you should buy food, and I think you should buy cough medicine, and I think you should buy laundry soap, and I think you should buy, you know, have some stuff around like you would keep your normal business, and put a little bit in gold and silver. I think you should have a pump shotgun in your closet to defend your house. Something, yeah, something to defend your house. Not that you may need it, but if you do, you got it. I think you ought to seriously consider. Alright, we got the militia here. That's one of the next biggies we want to talk about. The militia. Alright, let's do that. I'll bring that Bretton Woods Agreement Act in yet. But that's also serious business. Oh, here we go. Here we go. That is good. Here we go. Now, here we go, folks. This is the Bretton Woods Agreement Act. And this is the Agreement Act that created this problem with this Title 22 United States Code Section 286. Okay. This is heavy duty, folks, so remember I showed you about treason. Okay. No person shall be entitled to receive any salary or other compensation from the United States for services as a government executive director, counselor, alternate, or associate, right? Congress by law authorizes such action. Neither the President nor any person or agency shall, on behalf of the United States, request or consent to any change in the quota of the United States under Article 3, Section 2, the Articles of Agreement of the Fund, the International Monetary Fund. Alright, let's pull it up here. Alright, they're talking about dollar under paragraph 6. Okay, that's not what I want. Let's see. Make any loan to the fund or bank. Approve the establishment of any additional trust fund for the special benefit of the single member or of a particular segment of membership of the fund. Now, alright, let's see. In order to carry out the purposes of the decisions of January 1962 of the Executive Directors of the International Monetary Fund, the Secretary of the Treasury is authorized to make loans not to exceed looks like billion. Yep. Outstanding at any one time to the fund. If it sounds like I'm hammering on that fund, that's because I am. Under Article 7, Section 1, subparagraph I of the Articles of Agreement of the Fund. I mean, they set this thing up. The Secretary of the Treasury, with the approval of the President, directly or through such agencies as he may designate, is authorized for the account of the fund established in this section to deal in gold and foreign exchange and such other instruments of credit and or securities as he may deem necessary to the consistent with the United States obligations in the International Monetary Fund. The Secretary of the Treasury shall annually make a report on the operation of the fund to the President and to the Congress. That makes the Secretary of Treasury what? An officer of the fund. Okay? The Secretary of Treasury, yeah, he is guilty. The Secretary of Treasury is authorized to issue gold certificates in such form and in such denomination as he may determine against any gold held by the United States Treasury. The amount of gold certificates issued and or outstanding shall at no time exceed the value at the legal standard provided in Section 2 of Par Value Modification Act 31, United States Code 449, on the date of enactment of this amendment of the gold so held against gold certificates. There aren't any gold certificates. Alright, the amendment made by Sections 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 of this Act shall become effective upon entry into the force of the amendments approved in the resolution number 31-4 of the Board of Governors of the Fund. Now this is called the Brentwood's Agreement Act, folks. And this is what set up Title 22 United States Code, Section 286A, which says that these officers are paid out of the fund. They're not paid as United States employees. Capiche? Is there any doubt in your mind now who gets paid where? We don't pay them. They're paid by somebody else. The fund. Who is the fund? All of those rich guys that are sitting over in Europe that are trying to control our country. Alright? Now. Okay, let's move on here. We got things to do. I want to show you something else too. Let's look at the very first book of of the United States Codes Annotated. And I don't care which section you grab. Grab either Lawyer's Edition, or if you grab... I want you to take a particular note to this and pay close attention. I want this amplified if you can do it. I want it to read right here. The part where it says, this title has been enacted into positive law. Notice the little asterisk right here, folks. There's a little asterisk right here. Everybody see that? Can you see that? You see my pen? Move it till you see my pen point come in.
Okay.
You see my pen point? All right, all right. This title has been enacted in as positive law. Okay? Notice the little asterisk, and you come down here, and all these titles that got the little asterisk, they're all part of the law. Title 11 Bankruptcy, Title 13 Census, Title 14 Coast Guard, you know. Copyrights, you got Crimes and Criminal Procedure, Title 18, right? Now, I want you to notice something as we come over to Title 26 here. Title 26 is the Internal Revenue Code. It's never been enacted into law. It's a regulation. Can you get it? Can you get it? See that? Look closely. Title 26 and Title 27. Do you see an asterisk there? You don't see one, do you?
No, sir.
That's because there ain't one. Now, let's look at the other version. The other version is exactly the same. And this is the one out of the official U.S. reports for titles. And this one says, can you get my pen? You tell me when.
Right there.
Okay. This title has been enacted as law. Look at all the titles that got an asterisk. You'll notice again, Title 26 and Title 27, Zippo. No asterisk. Everybody see that? Real clear? Pull it over. No asterisk. Obviously, it's never been enacted as law. How could it be? I'll tell you how. I got a case over here called Erie Railroad versus Tompkins, and I'm going to bring it to your attention. Erie Railroad versus Tompkins is a magnificent court case. Basically, what this court case did, this court case is recorded at Volume 304, United States Reports, page 64. This is the start of the case. That's 304, Volume 304, United States Reports, Section 604. Now, what this case does is it sets up a duality of citizenship. There are the citizens that live at the